In every corner of the planet, there are objects that seem to defy the rules of time and logic. They have been unearthed during excavations, accidentally discovered, or passed down through generations, carrying with them more questions than answers. These are artifacts that seem out of place in the narrative of humanity as we know it, objects that should be impossible for the civilizations that created them, or that shouldn't even exist. It's as if the past is playing hide and seek, leaving behind clues to something much greater that we have yet to comprehend. Behind each of these artifacts lies a mystery. They intrigue us because they're not just forgotten relics. They are objects that challenge our understanding of technological progress, knowledge, and even the chronology of history itself. Who made them? Why were they created? How have they survived through time, carrying secrets that even the most advanced modern tools have yet to unravel? These are the questions that continue to echo among scientists, historians, and curious minds alike. Some call these items out-of-place artifacts, while others see them as evidence of a human history that has never been told. To some, they are merely extraordinary coincidences. To others, they are proof that the past conceals something far more complex. Theories emerge from all sides, ranging from rational, scientific explanations to conjectures involving extraterrestrials, time travel, and lost civilizations. But in the end, the truth remains an enigma, shrouded in speculation. Today, we will delve into 5 of the most mysterious artifacts ever discovered. Get ready for a journey where the past becomes a labyrinth of possibilities, and where every answer we seek only brings more questions. What you're about to see might change the way you view history, or perhaps it will simply leave you wondering, what if we don't even know half of what truly happened before us? Throughout the centuries, these unusual objects have challenged our curiosity. But what exactly makes an artifact mysterious? It's not just its age or exotic appearance. It's the void it leaves in our understanding. It's when context is missing, when there are no clear records of who made it, how it was created, or why it exists. These items create gaps, loose pieces of a puzzle that seems larger than any of us can imagine. Interestingly, they are not isolated finds. Many were discovered in locations already considered enigmatic in their own right. Some were unearthed at archaeological sites suggesting advancements far beyond their time. Others were retrieved from the depths of the ocean or stumbled upon by accident, as if fate itself wanted them to remain hidden. This raises the question, are these artifacts natural anomalies, elaborate hoaxes, or fragments of a history we have yet to understand? Even more fascinating is the impact these objects have on people. They inspire theorists to craft elaborate explanations, ranging from time travel to contact with extraterrestrial civilizations. At the same time, they perplex scientists and scholars, who encounter objects that defy the known laws of physics, chemistry, and engineering. How can an artifact be so advanced in a world that should have been primitive? Science progresses through questions, and these artifacts may pose some of the toughest questions we've ever faced. They remind us that despite all the technology we have today, we are still small in the face of the vast unknown. This brings us to the next point, diving into 5 objects that embody this mystery. The first? A book that no one has been able to read, the Voynich Manuscript. And so we arrive at the first enigma, the Voynich Manuscript. This book, discovered in 1912 by a rare book dealer named Wilfred Voynich, is undoubtedly one of the deepest mysteries ever found. At first glance, it might appear to be just another ancient manuscript, but opening its pages reveals something strange. Something that defies every attempt at understanding. The manuscript consists of hundreds of pages written in a language or code that no one has been able to decipher. It's not Latin, Greek, or any known language. It's an entirely unique system, filled with strange characters and illustrations that seem to depict plants, celestial maps, and even human figures in mysterious poses. Some of the plants drawn within it don't even exist in our world, or at least, they've never been identified. The most intriguing part? Countless experts have tried to unlock its secrets. Renowned cryptographers, linguists, and even supercomputers have been employed in attempts to decipher the text. During World War II, military codebreakers, accustomed to cracking the most complex systems, also failed to identify any logical pattern. It's as if the book itself is playing a game with those who try to understand it. Theories about its origin are as diverse as its pages. Some believe it's an alchemical manual, written in secret code to protect forbidden knowledge. Others suggest it might be an attempt to create an artificial language, possibly for some kind of experiment. And there are those who claim it could be an elaborate hoax, designed to fool wealthy collectors. But the most fascinating and controversial theory is that the manuscript could be the work of an extraterrestrial intelligence. To this day, the Voynich Manuscript continues to baffle everyone who encounters it. It is kept at Yale University's Beinecke Rarebook and Manuscript Library, standing as an artifact that seems to defy human logic itself. Who wrote it? Why? And most importantly, how can such an ancient book remain completely impenetrable in an age of advanced technology? But if you think this mystery is incomprehensible, wait until you learn about the next artifact. Imagine a clay disc bearing an equally indecipherable code. Welcome to the mystery of the Phaistos Disc. And now we move on to a mystery that not only intrigues but also challenges the very history of our planet, the Klerksdorp Spheres. Discovered in mines in South Africa, these small metallic spheres, measuring about 3 to 5 centimeters in diameter, shouldn't exist, or at least, not in the era in which they are believed to have formed. The spheres were found in geological layers dated to approximately 3 billion years ago. Yes, billion. In an age when Earth was inhabited only by microscopic life forms, these spheres suggest something seemingly impossible, objects with shapes so precise they appear to have been manufactured. Some feature perfectly parallel grooves encircling their diameters, as if crafted with advanced tools. Geologists are divided on their origins. Some in the scientific community argue that the spheres are natural formations, known as concretions, created over millions of years by geological processes. Yet, the perfection of some specimens raises doubts even among skeptics. On the other hand, some believe these objects might be evidence of an ancient civilization that vanished without a trace. Even more intriguing is the composition of the spheres. Some are made of a metallic alloy that shouldn't naturally occur in formations from that time. This bolsters the idea that they could be artificial. But artificial creations by whom? And how could they have ended up embedded in such ancient rock layers? The theories grow even more speculative. Some suggest the spheres might be artifacts left by an advanced civilization that existed long before Homo sapiens. Others propose they could be tools or components of alien equipment, lost on Earth billions of years ago. Regardless of their origin, the Klerksdorp Spheres serve as a powerful reminder that Earth's history might be far more complex and mysterious than we imagine. While they remain housed in museums and private collections, they continue to spark questions that no science has yet fully answered. But if you think the mystery ends here, get ready to learn about the next artifact. An object that proves advanced technology isn't a modern exclusivity, the Antikythera Mechanism. And now we arrive at an artifact that redefines everything we thought we knew about ancient technology, the Antikythera Mechanism. Discovered in 1901 by divers off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, it was found amidst the wreckage of a Roman ship that sank over 2,000 years ago. At first glance, it appeared to be nothing more than a corroded piece of bronze. But upon closer analysis, it revealed something extraordinary. The mechanism is essentially an ancient analog computer. Composed of an intricate network of gears and cogs, it was capable of predicting planetary positions, lunar phases, solar eclipses, and even astronomical events with astonishing accuracy. And this was created in an era when such engineering sophistication was thought to be impossible. Scientists studying the artifact were astounded by its complexity. The gears were crafted with such precision that even today, reproducing something similar without modern technology would be a formidable challenge. To put it into perspective, the next comparable device in terms of mechanical sophistication didn't emerge in Europe until the medieval period, over 1,000 years later. But the big question remains, who made this? Some believe the Antikythera Mechanism was the work of a solitary genius, perhaps influenced by Greek philosophical schools that explored astronomy and mathematics. Others suggest it might represent a rare surviving example of a broader technology that simply didn't withstand the test of time. Then there's the mystery of its purpose. Was it a tool for navigators? An educational instrument for scholars? Or perhaps a status symbol for elites wealthy enough to commission something so advanced? Each theory raises new questions, yet none provide a complete answer. And the most intriguing thought, if this device existed, how many others like it have been lost forever? Could we be only scratching the surface of what ancient civilizations were truly capable of? The Antikythera Mechanism is more than an artifact. It's a window into a past that seemed unreachable. But our journey doesn't end here. The next mystery takes us back to the ground, or more precisely, to a city whose origins defy the laws of modern engineering, the enigmatic underground city of Derinkuyu. And now we arrive at an artifact that redefines everything we thought we knew about ancient technology, the Antikythera Mechanism. This object, discovered in 1901 by divers off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera, was lost in the wreckage of a Roman ship that sank over 2,000 years ago. At first glance, it appeared to be just a piece of bronze corroded by time. But upon further analysis, it revealed something extraordinary. The mechanism is essentially an ancient analog computer. Composed of an intricate network of gears and cogs, it is capable of predicting planetary positions, lunar phases, solar eclipses, and even astronomical events with surprising accuracy. And this was made at a time when we believed such a level of engineering was simply impossible. The scientists who studied the artifact were astonished by its complexity. The gears were crafted with such precision that, even today, it would be difficult to reproduce something similar without modern technology. To put it into perspective, the next comparable object in terms of mechanical sophistication only appeared in medieval Europe, more than 1,000 years later. But the big question is, who created this? Some believe that the Antikythera Mechanism was the work of a solitary genius, perhaps influenced by Greek philosophical schools that explored astronomy and mathematics. Others think it could be a rare example of a technology that was more widely used, but simply did not survive the test of time. There is also the mystery of its purpose. Was it a tool for navigators? An educational instrument for scholars? Or a status symbol for elites who could fund something so advanced? Each theory raises new questions, but none completely fill in the gaps. And the most intriguing question, if this device existed, how many others like it may have been lost forever? Are we just scratching the surface of what the ancients were truly capable of creating? The Antikythera Mechanism is more than just an artifact. It is a window into a past that seemed unreachable. But our journey is not over yet. The next mystery takes us back to the ground, or more precisely, to a city whose origins defy the laws of modern engineering, the mysterious underground city of Derinkuyu. And now we descend to the heart of the earth to explore one of the greatest architectural mysteries ever discovered, the underground city of Derinkuyu. Located in the Cappadocia region of Turkey, this city is one of the most impressive feats of ancient engineering. Discovered by accident in 1963, when a local resident was renovating his home, Derinkuyu revealed itself to be a subterranean city capable of housing up to 20,000 people. But what makes Derinkuyu so extraordinary is not just its size. With more than 18 known underground levels, this city was carved directly into volcanic rock, creating an intricate network of tunnels, rooms, storage areas, stables, schools, and even churches. The engineering required to create something so vast and functional is astounding, even by modern standards. Additionally, the city was clearly designed with defensive purposes in mind. Giant stone doors, which could be rolled into place to block the entrance of invaders, protect the main access points. Ingeniously designed ventilation systems ensure that air circulates properly even in the deepest levels, something that would be a challenge even for contemporary architects. But why would anyone build something so complex beneath the earth? Theories about Derinkuyu run as deep as its tunnels. Some suggest it was built as a refuge against invaders, allowing its inhabitants to hide for months at a time. Others believe the city was a shelter against natural disasters or drastic climate changes. But there are also more speculative hypotheses, such as the idea that it was designed to protect its inhabitants from threats coming from the sky, whether meteorites, volcanic explosions, or something even more mysterious. What's even more intriguing is that Derinkuyu is not unique. The entire Cappadocia region is dotted with smaller underground cities, some connected by tunnels that extend for miles. But none compare to the scale and complexity of Derinkuyu. Who built it? How did they manage this with the limited tools of the time? And above all, what drove them to create such a vast city beneath the surface? These questions remain unanswered, and Derinkuyu continues to fascinate historians, archaeologists, and curious minds all over the world. And so, we come to the end of our journey through the most mysterious artifacts in history. They remind us that no matter how much we advance in our understanding of the past, there will always be gaps, enigmas that challenge us to imagine and explore beyond what is known. After all, perhaps the greatest mystery is not in the artifacts themselves, but in the very search for understanding. It seems we've reached the end of our journey through the most mysterious artifacts in history. But upon reflecting on each of these enigmas, the Voynich Manuscript, the Phaistos Disc, the Klerksdorp Spheres, the Antikythera Mechanism, and the subterranean city of Derinkuyu, one thing becomes clear: history as we know it is far from complete. These artifacts, which defy logic, science, and reason, are merely the tip of the iceberg. They make us question not only what we know but also what we have yet to discover. These objects are more than ancient relics or pieces of a distant past. They are reminders that our understanding of the world and time is limited. Who were the masters behind these artifacts? Were they unknown civilizations, or perhaps cultures so advanced that their technology and wisdom were lost over time? Or perhaps, as some suggest, these artifacts are not from a human era at all, but from something that came from beyond, a superior intelligence or even extraterrestrial beings. It's impossible to know, at least for now. But one thing is certain: these mysteries will continue to challenge us, fascinate us, and push us beyond the limits of current knowledge. Each new study, each new discovery, raises more questions than answers. Who knows what the future holds? Perhaps one day, we will finally understand the meaning and origin of these artifacts. Or perhaps we will never know, and instead, we will learn to live with the wonderful uncertainty that the past still carries. These mysteries, like silent guardians, will continue to wait. And in the meantime, we may wonder, how many other artifacts like these remain buried, waiting to be discovered? In a world where the past still holds so many secrets, each new discovery could be the key to unlocking a mystery that challenges our very perception of history and reality.